Thank you so much, Dr. Krishna, Joint Director, for your inspiring and insightful address. It's truly a privilege to hear you. Your words have not only enlightened us on the transformative role of higher education, but also remind us of the immense responsibility we carry as educators and academicians. We are deeply grateful to you for your valuable time, wisdom, and the encouragement you have given to the participants of this 5-day National Faculty Development Program. On behalf of the organizing committee, our institution, and all the participants, we extend our heartfelt thanks to you, sir, for gracing this occasion and setting a right tone for the session ahead. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, madam.
With great delight and respect, I take this opportunity to invite Dr. Sister Santa, our esteemed principal, to deliver the presidential address to this significant occasion.
Respected Chief Patron, Dr. Narayana Bharath Gupta, IAS, Commissioner of Collegiate of Education, Dr.C.Krishna, Joint Director of Collegiate of Education, our guest of honor, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers and academicians, faculty members of organizing committee, and dear participants, a good afternoon and a warm welcome to all. It gives me immense pleasure and pride for me to address you for the inauguration of this significant and thought-provoking 5-day national webinar, CUM Faculty Development Program on Transformative Education for the Future, Innovations in Pedagogy, Research and Knowledge Creation, organized by IQAC of JMJ College for Women, Tenali. As we observe the current educational landscape, it is evident
technology, MTech Biotechnology, and MSc Nanobiotechnology. Professor Rao published over 273 research papers in various national and international journals and filed 8 patents and authored 20 books. His research work has very good citations. They are Google Scholar 21,912, Scopus 2,739, Web of Science 1,338, H-Index 59. During his tenure, the Mizoram University has been glorified as one of the best universities in Northeast region and in the country with a consistent good ranking in NIRF and NAC assessment. Under his leadership, Mizoram University has achieved many milestones and all-round development of the university. Professor Rao is the convener for implementation of National Education Policy, that is NEP 2020, in Northeastern and Eastern region. Professor Rao worked as a visiting scientist at various universities such as Emory University School of Medicine, Atlanta, USA during 1999 to 2000, at University of Göttingen, Germany during 2004, and Virginia Commonwealth University Medical College, Richmond, USA in the Division of Physiology during 2005, and worked as adjunct professor at Indicasat, Republic of Panama during 2010 to 2018 at University of Malaysia, Terengganu, and UCSI University, Kuala Lumpur during 2020-2022. He too has been invited as visiting scientist to visited to Technical University of Liberec, Czech Republic during June 2022. He visited CSIRO and University of Adelaide, Australia, and University of Singapore during the year 2001. Dr. Rao has visited China, Ethiopia, and Tanzania as university representative during 2015 to 2017. He visited Pokhara University, Nepal, as a visiting faculty during the year 2002. Professor Rao has guided 26 PhD students and 21 MPhil students. Professor Rao is instrumental in establishing the Association of Biotechnology and Pharmacy in the year 2007. And he is the founder, General Secretary of Association of Biotechnology and Pharmacy, editor for Current Trends in Biotechnology and Pharmacy, elected Fellow of Andhra Pradesh Academy of Sciences, Fellow of Association of Biotechnology and Pharmacy, Honorary Fellow of Society of Regenerative Medicine, and Honorary Fellow of Society of Biotechnology. Professor Rao has received many prestigious awards like Panama National Award for Educational Development in Republic of Panama, Talented Biotechnologist Award at Colombo University, Best Paper Award from Polyvet Journal. He is the member of several scientific and professional organizations and recipient of AP Best Teacher Award in 2013. He is the editorial board member for Indian Journal of Biosciences, Journal of Pharmacology and Toxicology, Journal of Applied Biosciences, an international journal of the Bioscan, and editor of Current Trends in Biotechnology and Pharmacy, and a reviewer for many journals. Thank you, one and all. Now I warmly welcome Professor KRS Rao Garu to deliver a keynote address.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to be here. And it's a wonderful...
Sir, you are muted, sir. Please unmute yourself.
I unmuted. I have unmuted. Are you not able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
No. Yes, sir. Now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me to be speaker for this today's FDP program. And I am very much grateful. And I will be sharing my presentation first. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can see you.
Okay. Thank you. It's a great pleasure for me to be here in this 5-day national webinar come faculty development program on transformative education for the future, innovations in pedagogy, research and knowledge creation during organized during 28th July to 1st August. It's really, frankly speaking, it's really a wonderful thought-provoking FDP program, and which is going to cover the various requirements of the students and present-day context knowledge. It is really, I don't know who has planned this theme of workshop, and it is really a great contribution for the young minds and also to the various faculty members. And education nowadays has become a customary process that students has to join in some course and they have to go for a study of that particular course, and they don't know what are the opportunities really and what it actually contributing to the students and how they are going to make their future. It is actually not really been aware of to many students, and also it is not really contributing to the students, particularly thought-provoking or innovation, creativity as per the national education policy. We have to understand that the student has to be provided knowledge such a way that the knowledge which he is acquiring during his study from the school education to higher education, it should contain the skill-oriented education, vocational guidance, and also how to get creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. These are very much actually needed in the present day education. Whether we have to understand the particular features are being involved in particular educational curriculum which has been developed in our university system, and also we have to think that whether we are able to really make it a sense that really transforming education is being provided to the children or not. This actually has to be thought. And it is really good that the college has involved the Commissioner of Higher Education and other dignitaries to come and be here how this transformative education for the future development of the students, how innovations, how in pedagogy, how research and knowledge creation, how it is going to contribute to the benefit of the students. Transformative education, if we just say define, it is significantly impact the future of the students by fostering critical thinking and also promoting the social responsibility and encouraging lifelong learning. And this is what actually the transformative education, that is an individual who joins into the higher education system, he should be in a position to think about the innovation creative, and he should have a thinking ability to think about the social responsibility, what he has to do, what he has to perform, and after completing the education, what is his role and what is his responsibility. This is what actually it is really been desired. It equips individuals that by providing skills and mindset to add a complex global challenges, how whether the global challenges are able to be solved by the education by being provided by the colleges and by the education which we are normally provided. And they have to adapt themselves with the skills which are actually been available, and they have to be able to survive by creating their own entrepreneurial skills. This is most important. And we are talking about the transformative education, and we are making children to be equipped with the skill education. Whether we are able to train them in a proper way, whether they are able to grow themselves as entrepreneurs, or whether we are able to provide them to be the citizens of the country, to help the country to grow itself and also to keep their role in developing the country. This is what actually called global citizenship, and which actually whether the present education system is been able to do or not, this is very important. And what is the responsibility of the student? What is the responsibility of the teacher? What is the responsibility of the educators, and also what is the responsibility of governance? It is also has to be discussed in such a way that all these are very important for the situation, and also it is very important that the student has to be provided this awareness, and also the teachers also should have an awareness. So what I have chosen this particular topic, actually it's a very vast topic, but I have chosen in such a way that how creativity, innovation, and linked with research, and how it is going to help the student to become something in their life, how entrepreneurship skills has to be imparted to the children, and how they are going to play a role in progressing the state, progressing the country, and progressing the global development. This is what I have just chosen my particular part of a lecture. So I say that what is transformative education? This is one of the, because the title itself is a very complicated and very informative. And why? What are that actually the objectives of the transformative education? It focuses on empowering individuals with the knowledge of skills and values to the actively shape the better or the individuals for better future. So the individuals has to have the knowledge of the subject and also the skills for the particular subject, and also vocational development, which NEP says that this should be imparted. And this syllabus has to be transformed in such a way that the student should be, when he goes outside from the college or university, he should be self-dependent, and also you don't need to look for any employment from the government, and also you should be in a position to develop his own entrepreneurial skills. This is what actually the context and objective of the particular transformative education. It moves beyond the traditional role of learning to foster the critical thinking of the individual. So this particular subject, actually the student, when he joins into the NEP based curriculum, so he can choose any subject of his choice. He don't need to go for a particular subject of his study science. He can even go for the community development. He can go even for the societal development. He can go even for the business management skills. And he can choose any subject of his choice, interdisciplinary subjects, which he can also choose. And also from the other disciplines, he can choose the subject. and his empathy and adaptability, enabling the learners to become something with a positive change in their communities and also in the world. This is what actually the NEP says the objective of that particular one. This approach is crucial for addressing global challenges like a climate change and inequality, for building more sustainable and equitable societies. So the citizens should be able to in such a way that you know very well that during particularly COVID time, how the various countries has been really suffered, and even they are not been ready and equipped with the minimum facilities of the intensive care units, ICU units are not there, even oxygen cylinders are not there, and several instances when 3 times the COVID has broke, the several cities have suffered even without the oxygen supply. So there are many, even including metropolitan cities like Delhi and some places, the big hospital has been really been suffered without the supply of oxygen, how it has been. The self-sufficiency has not been existing that time, and how the governments has cope up with this particular situation, how they have really been come up with the various alternatives, and how a self-sustenance has been developed. This is actually the commendable show of the government of India, and also under the able leadership of Narayana Modi ji, how the self-sustenance has been procured by our country. So what are the key aspects of transformative education? What is that actually we talk about transformative education? What are the key aspects in that? So holistic learning. Holistic learning, transformative education and learning extend beyond the classroom. So people think that there is a subject, there is a syllabus, and people always think that 90% getting in the particular curriculum, 90% is very important, and we are not bothered about other things, only whatever it is possible with the marks. That is what actually the thinking normally in present day situation. It should encompass the personal growth actually. The students should not look for the marks. The students should think about the creativity, innovation, and what is that is going to contribute for the society. And the emotional intelligence and societal responsibility, how he is going to help the society. This is what has to be taught by the student. This is the holistic learning, how this knowledge is going to be useful to the society or not. This has to be taught. And student-centered approach. It emphasizes active student engagement, critical inquiry, and also collaborative problem solving. So how the student, when we are going for science practicals to many places, the student actually, whatever the teacher says that, he will be doing that. And he will not understand what is the principle involved in that, and what is the reaction involved in that. Why should they do for the particular experiment you added with so and so chemicals? Why it has been added? So this kind of enthusiasm is lacking, and critical inquiry is not been there, and it is actually been causing the student not to be an innovative and creative personality, and he is actually thinking like all other students. Future oriented, the transformative education should target and object that students should be equipped with learning objectives in such a way that there should be tools to address the complex challenges in the society. So for example, we are talking about the COVID situation, how to cope up with the particular situation, how to face the challenges, adapt to the change of the particular society. Suddenly, we don't get the rains for a particular period of harvesting, and what we have to do, what are the alternatives, what are the alternative methodologies for the harvesting of the crops, and how to survive the various crops without rains, how to do that. And we need to contribute, we need to think about sustainable growth of the particular society. This is what actually future oriented thinking, and even during the unfavorable condition, how the student is going to be responded for the particular situation. And focus on values. This is very important. So the students really been studying various courses, whether they are really been taught with the values, ethics, and mannerism, and how to be responsible for the society, how to be responsible for the situations, and how to be when we are going away, and when we see that many places that if any accident goes, people won't be stopping there, people won't be trying to help them, and people, if only one person is there and he is not trying to help them, even not stopping the vehicles. This is what social responsibility values. Actually, this is what actually the moral, ethical, and social responsibility has to be cultivated to the children. This is how the Western education, particularly, they teach them to go for social responsibility, to work in hospitals, to work in old age homes, to work in cities, and to work in various places where there is a need for help and to the society. The students will be given training like that. This is how the students will understand their social responsibility. How it relates to the future. We are talking about various things like social responsibility and ethics, and we are talking many things. How it is going to be relating to their future. This is what transformative education really we have to think about, addressing the global challenges. This actually enables them to equip the individuals to tackle the present issues like climatic changes, poverty, technological development, and inequality, and knowledge for the future generations. This has to be really been thought. And you are thinking about how to improve your qualification, but how you are not thinking about how to improve your quality of education, quality of knowledge, quality of thinking. So people only think about when you are asked to present papers or publications and everything. They are not thinking about the quality. They are just wanted that one or two publication has to be there, and they have to claim that they should claim for the promotion. This is not the case. Actually, one paper you publish, but what is the quality of that paper? What is that it is contributing to the society? This is what actually has to be thought. So addressing the global challenges, particularly when we are doing something that should be global challenge, needed to be addressing the global challenge. Preparing yourself for the changing of world, increasing complex and interconnected world. Actually, we are having every day some change is taking place, and every day some knowledge has been increased, and every day there is some growth, and every day something is going to happen. And how the India, to make India as a competent to other countries, how Indian citizens has to be made competent with other countries. This is what the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is saying, that how India is a Yuva Shakti. India is having the highest youngsters in any country. India is, when compared with any country, India is having highest youngsters, and this he called Yuva Shakti. How Yuva Shakti has to be developed and modified and turn towards the development of the country. This is what he says as per the requirements of the changing world. I will just explain you some slides how it is Prime Minister Modi ji has been thinking and how he is expecting Yuva Shakti to be. And building a more sustainable future, promoting environmental awareness. And you know very well that our environment is totally polluted. And we know that everything, even the milk is also been contaminated, and vegetables are contaminated. How environmental awareness has to be provided. And you see many trees are being cut in the particular village, state and cities. And there are, even if you are cutting one tree in any country, particularly Western countries, they will be sued like anything. And this Biodiversity Protection Act is very severe, and no one can cut a tree. But in India, we can cut any tree wherever, whatever we want. This kind of situation. Only after cutting trees, people will come and ask you why you have cut the trees. If you are cutting one tree, nobody bothers. If you are cutting many trees, some kind of that particular inquiry will come to you. So this is what actually awareness of the environment, social responsibility, and individuals to provide a particular situation, how a country can be grown in such a way that it's a sustainable with the food and the basic requirements, and everything are being provided to the every individual. So there should not be any person with hunger, and there should not be any person without any work. There should not be any person begging. This is what actually we talk about employment opportunities in country. We have a severe employment problems, and many people who are studying their education, they are not being able to provided with employment. But when I'm talking today, when I'm seeing in Google News today that the Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, they are really been crying now because of their employment has been reduced to 2.5%. Not it has been totally been avoided. 2.5% also employment problems, they have been crying. And I mean, America, 2 days back, if you see the Google News, the American president says that our jobs are being stolen by Indians and many other Chinese and many other people. So there should not be any job to be given to outsider. So all the jobs should be given to American citizens. This is what his slogan says that, and he wanted that the Indians should not be given employment. This is what in 2-3 days back news I have seen. So what is that actually he's saying? But actually the Americans, the real situation is that many companies actually dependent on the technical manpower and the knowledge power and IQ which actually been coming from India and coming from China. They're dependent on that. Everywhere you go in America, you will be having Indians working, Chinese working in a particular lab or industry. Almost 30% of the people are from India and China. This is what actually the reality is picture. But actually he says that the jobs are being stolen by Indians. This is what. So this actually has to be thought about that. And we should make our country that in such a way that self-sustenance and self-entrepreneurship, and we should be able to provide entrepreneurship to every individual, and every individual in turn, he can provide employment to many people. This is what actually the creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship state. This is what the transformative education, entrepreneurship, if we develop, he can develop many employment opportunities for many students. This is what actually we have to think about that. In a sense, transformative education is not just about acquiring knowledge. This is what actually many people have been feeling that 95% marks should come. That is not enough. And I can tell you one example. Several years back, when a student who got admission in our university, in Nagarjuna University, and he has a feeling that they should go out and they should have better education. They have gone to another state, neighboring state, and they have joined in a private college actually. And out of class actually 150 members, they were never given an opportunity of even touching an instrument. And they have never been given an opportunity of learning what actually they are supposed to learn. And by the time they came out as number 1 or number 2 in the university as rank holders from the college, and they are not able to get a job. But the people who got trained in our university and who are actually been studied in our university, they are provided with education in such a way that as soon as they complete their study, we have provided them. We have assured them. I used to provide them 2 project works and in industries and national laboratories. And by the time they complete their master's degree, we used to provide them the employment also for the 24 students who study in our university. This is what actually the essence of education should be oriented in such a way that acquiring knowledge and getting rank is not important, but you are developing capacity in the individuals. Capacity building is very important. How a person can go outside and develop a particular entrepreneur by himself. This is what actually this has to be thought about the transformative education. Every teacher has to think about what is that they're teaching, whether it is useful to the students or not, and whether the student is able to get himself equipped or not, whether the student actually been provided with the required skills for survival in the society or not, whether the student actually been developed in such a way that he has become self-entrepreneur or not. This has to be thought. This is a situation now demands in every institution that teachers has to be orient themselves for developing this. So how it changes the student life actually, the transformative education, what we are talking. So this actually fundamentally alters the student's life by fostering a deep structural shift in the thinking, feeling and actions, leading to a new world view and a more profound understanding of themselves and the world actually around them. This is what actually they should know, what is that they require and what is that they have to be trained and how they are going to be globally contributing themselves, how they are actually, what is that the society is expecting from them. This is what actually we have to teach them. It promotes the critical thinking and innovative thinking, self-reflection and the ability to adapt to changing world. Actually, this particular situation has to come in every institution, that the teachers has to read continuously throughout their life and even at the age of even 60 years, I have been continuously reading, and I've been studying also every time. I'm equipping myself even at the age of 65. I have been studying the different subjects, different development, different knowledge actually in society, how it is. Every day we need to be, the teacher has with the latest knowledge and latest development. This is what actually a lifetime learning for city teachers, not only for students. And this is for personal growth of any individuals. And what are the key aspects of how transformative education alters?
Sir, your mic got struck, sir.
To develop. Pardon?
Yeah. Now it's all right, sir.
It's coming.
Yes, sir.
Presentation is also going, no?
Yeah,
Moving,
yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whenever it is not working, please tell me, please. Okay. The posting, maybe because of the internet, sometimes it will be stopping and coming. Maybe so. Kindly remind me. Okay, if you, through even phone also you can tell me. Then I can connect to mobile. This is what I normally do. So, fostering personal growth, developing critical thinking is required. Why the innovation, critical thinking is required? That innovation and creativity and incubation. That's what we talk. Incubation. What is incubation? That critical thinking comes to this particular individual, and but you don't provide them a opportunity for learning about the various skills, it will not be possible that he can develop something entrepreneurship. That is the reason why the incubation is a place where the student can learn something and read and acquire something and extra skills than the education what is, and that will help them to become entrepreneurs. And fostering personal growth, that is self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and enabling students to navigate the challenges, adapt to new situations, and greater confidence in situations when it takes place in society. Promoting social responsibility. Social responsibility is very important. When society is suffering with some problem, the student has to go to that particular stage, and he should be really been able to come up to that particular level. And social justice issues, transformative education inspires them to become active and responsible citizens. And preparing for the future knowledge has to be acquired. We are talking about artificial intelligence, data science, and cyber security, and various subjects. Now, digital learning, we are talking about that. Now quantum technologies, now government of Andhra Pradesh is also talking about quantum technologies. So these techniques actually not been provided to the way all the students in all the subjects. But what is that government of Andhra Pradesh is saying that every student should be given an opportunity of learning these techniques, which are actually going to be the future trends of the country. And he should be aware of this knowledge, and he should be trained himself in various techniques like artificial intelligence, quantum technologies, and even the data science, and all this has to be provided for them. And this future trends requirement, the student has to orient. Even if he study BA, he should be able to learn this subject. This is what the government says, and even the requirement of society says that a student should be provided with an awareness about this. And so there are even social incubators actually. What is the social incubator? The social responsibility has to be provided. How the social problem, societal problem has to be solved. So that particular problems has to be worked for the societal change.
Your voice got struck.
Sir, your voice got struck. Sir? Maybe it's net issue. Dear participants, sorry for the inconvenience. Just wait for a few minutes.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can
Yes,
you hear
sir.
me, madam?
Sir,
Actually, this particular situation comes sometimes. Please kindly bear with me. I'm sharing my slides because no internet is going in the middle. That is the problem. Now I connected to my mobile. Okay. Are you able to see my presentation, madam?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So beyond the classroom, the student has to be given training. So how the student actually extends his knowledge to beyond the classroom and impacting the student personal lives, and he has to work for the personal life development, develop a relationship with the other students and families, and engagement with the world, wider world in him. That is also very important. So we are talking about the transformative education involved with the critical thinking and innovation and also the research. So what is this transformative education involved with the creativity, innovation and research? Transformative education, creativity, innovation and research are interconnected. So what is that? Mutually reinforcing the concepts of what we are talking about the particular so far, and particularly in the context of preparing individuals for the rapidly changing world. So because critical thinking, actually you should come to the student naturally that why this is happening, why not it is happening like other things. For
Yeah.
example, if a building, pardon?
Sir,
Excuse me, your PPT is not being shared. Your Word file is shared, sir.
It is not,
Your
it
Word
is not
file,
been,
your
pardon?
Word file is pinned, sir, not your PPT.
No, it is not moving, madam.
This is a Word file, sir, not PPT.
Oh, just let me check. It's not Word file. Actually, let me. It, it is not Word file, madam. Actually, is it coming?
yes, sir, yes.
Oh, sorry. It's so this the creativity, innovation, and research are actually interrelated, and they foster the critical thinking among the individuals, among the students, and problem solving and adaptability for a situation. And particularly, if we just see in India, actually we are not having any vaccines that time. We are not having any implements actually sufficient during COVID time. So you have seen the vaccine development normally takes minimum 10 years in a particular pharmaceutical development. Any vaccine which has been to be developed, particular DNA-based vaccines has to be developed. They have to be taken at least minimum 3 to 4 years to how the clinical trials and a vaccine has to come out from a particular company. But during the COVID time, you have seen that India has developed vaccine by 3 companies within a period of 6 months. This is what actually the beauty of knowledge, beauty of thinking, beauty of innovation, beauty of creation. And we could able to generate the COVID vaccine, and we have supplied to 40 countries, even the vaccine, apart from the supply to the Indian citizen. This is what the innovation and actually the creativity of beauty of the creativity. Research provides the foundation for understanding the subject. So how we know about the particular creativity, particular innovation has to be obtained. So unless you know the subject, unless you know the concept of the subject, understanding of the subject, you cannot get the innovation ideas. You cannot get the creative ideas. So research is very important. It is part and part of the knowledge acquiring for the children, that through research, understanding of the subject is possible, and effective pedagogical approach, that is the methodologies and even the study protocols which are provided to the children, that will enable them to become very good in getting the creativity and innovation. So transformative education and creativity, how these two are related. Transformative education emphasizes the development of individuals who are skilled, creative, and ready to face the challenges. So that actually the creativity has to be acquired by a particular individual by thinking, vigorous thinking, by innovative thinking, and he can change his knowledge, he can change his education system to such a way that he should develop himself as one of the entrepreneur. It encourages experimental learning, and where students engage the real world problems, that is the situation I was talking to you, the COVID situation, and develop creativity and intelligent actions. And we have seen in many cases, not only in development of vaccines, actually many types of knowledge. Actually, some people, they develop Ayurvedic medicine for COVID. Some people, they developed homeopathic medicine. Some people, they developed the local ingredients also used for control of the COVID. Various methodologies they adopted with the creative thinking. This is what transformative education and creativity. A creativity-friendly classroom culture is essential for fostering transformative creativity knowledge, allowing students to feel safe and exploring new ideas in their life. This is what very important. And what is transformative education and innovation? We are talking about innovation, and I talk about innovation, creativity in the next slides, that how they are related mutually. Transformative education equip individuals with capacity to innovate themselves. Unless they have innovation, they cannot think about innovation. Unless they have creativity, they cannot think about innovation and adapt to the rapidly changing world. It encourages integration of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship into educational system. All these three are integrated into educational system through incubation facilities. We are providing this particular in many institutions now. By fostering critical thinking and problem-solving skills, transformative education prepares individuals to identify and address complex challenges and leading to the innovation. This is what actually been, now we are talking about incubation and innovation and developing entrepreneurship. So we have to develop education in such a way that the student has to have a feeling that you should always think about something new, something he wanted, and he should have a zeal to do something new. This is actually research. This research provides evidence-based foundation for understanding of the subject. How to foster, how to come up with the transformative learning, how to make creativity, how to make innovation. This should be coming through only research. It helps to identify effective pedagogical approaches and strategies for integrating these concepts into educational settings. This is what we are thinking about. We are talking about many institutions in the world, in the country. They are not able to understand what is this creativity. Government is talking about creativity. Government is talking about innovation. Government is talking about incubation. Government is talking about entrepreneurship. Even in NAC and NIRF, they are talking about all this. And many institutions doesn't even think about this. What is this buzzwords? How to cope up this? How to develop this in an institution? This is the main problem in many institutions. Research also informs the development of assessment methods that accurately capture the multifaceted nature of transformative creativity of the student. It provides an idea that how a student can do something better than other student, how a student can do wonders in his career with his innovation and creativity. This is what we normally say, that developing a project, developing a publication, developing a patent, developing an intellectual property right, all these are actually contribution of the students to do something extraordinarily than other students. This is what actually we're talking about that. So what is creativity, innovation, and research? These are actually, we are coming into another chapter because I'm emphasizing more on this. Why? Because this is going to be one of the useful area for the institutions, that they can how to develop these particular things in their future. So creativity, innovation, and research are distinct at they are distinct, but still they are interconnected. Creativity, the generation of new ideas. We should get a new idea. For example, if we go to a building and you have seen that the pillarless buildings, pillarless bridges, and so many are constructed. How this particular pillarless bridges are constructed? Why this beam is being kept in a building? Why not this is without beam? Why not this is without a pillar? So this is what actually innovation should come with a creative. So we should think unnaturally. I'm telling, very unnaturally you have to think. Then only innovative ideas will come. Research is a systematic process to inquire, aimed at discovering new knowledge of understanding of the particular subject. In essence, creativity sparks the initial idea. Creativity is just sparks idea among children, particularly when we talk about knowledge and creative thinking. So children will have more IQ than the age people. Why? Because as we grow in our age, so our brain also gets aging process. So this will be more active in the case of children, that in between 15 to 35, their brain will be very, very IQ, having good IQ, and their thinking process will be much different than the children actually, what people who are above 35 like that. So this actually foundation knowledge and exploration of the fields, both actually it will be providing. So what is that creative? Again, I am coming into different creativity, the ability to develop new ideas and discover new ways of looking at problems and opportunities. Innovation is the ability to apply creative solutions to those problems and opportunities in order to enhance people's lives and enrich the society. So creativity is getting idea. Implementation of the idea is innovation. And what is entrepreneurship? Implementation of idea in the form of innovation to make it as a venture or a entrepreneurship or establishing an organization. That is what actually we call it as self-entrepreneurship or skill, or even we can say startup, because nowadays the buzzword is startup. So what is a startup? I will discuss with you in the later stage. So creativity, the ability to develop new ideas, to discover new ways of looking at problems and opportunities. Innovation is the ability to apply creative solutions to those problems and opportunities in order to enhance people's lives and enrich society. Researchers believe that entrepreneurs succeed by thinking and doing new things or old things in new ways. So this is what actually people has to understand, that it is nothing different from normal thinking, normal individual. Every individual is capable of creativity. Every individual is capable of thinking innovation. Every individual is capable of entrepreneurship. But what is it is lacking? Lacking is dedication for thinking. And lacking is interest for thinking. Lacking is interest for creativity thinking. And lacking is interest for the entrepreneurship. These are lacking. And every individual has creativity. Every individual has IQ. And IQ is same almost. Every genome of every individual will have a difference of 0.5% only. Every individual genome will be almost similar. It is only 0.5% will be varying. So this actually has to be thought and implemented and motivated, and also been given thinking about the this particular practical oriented thinking has to be provided to the children. So those who marry their creative ideas, that is, who love to their creative ideas with the purposeful action and structure of a business. This is what actually they have to think, that who loves their creation, they will become entrepreneur. That is, establishing their own organization, establishing their own business, establishing their own firm. You have to understand, World topmost 10 startups are in India. World topmost 10 startups are being developed in India. World topmost startups, successful startups have been developed in India. That's what actually Indian talent, Indian knowledge actually has been dictating to the world. That Indian startups are much actually been, and almost all startups have come from Bangalore city. World top startups have come from the Bangalore city. This is what actually people has to understand, and that how it has become. And creativity, it has got 4 phases, very important creative thinking. Background of knowledge or accumulation. Background of or knowledge accumulation. That is, unless you have a knowledge on a particular topic, you will not be getting the background about the particular creative ideas. And also incubation. How it is that is, people has to work on that. People has to sleep on that and exercise on that. Then only they will get innovation to be what is the what new thing we can develop. Idea is Eureka experience. Eureka means I have invented, I have developed, I have seen. Eureka means I have invented. This actually people will have a slogan when they have invented something. Usually this phase slowly but surely formulates the solution for various problems in the society. Evaluation and implementation, that is example, prototype and advice. Prototype is the initial phase of the invention. Initial phase of the invention is called prototype. That has to go for implementation to larger scale. So, and we need advice for this. We need to do so many things that market acceptability and consumer acceptability, society acceptance, and everything are related to this has to be there. So, what is the basic difference between creativity, innovation, and with the natural things? If you have a comparison study, so natural creation at one end and human creation at another end. So, if we just say venoms and poisons, it is nature. And anesthetics, which have been developed by human, it is anesthetics is almost same to that. The leaf of the nature, it is solar panel. Energy from light, which actually we are getting, it is from the artificial. The brain of the human being, it is almost same like computer, electronic circuit. And the DNA, is that is a cell of information, knowledge, which is actually computer program. A set of instructions in DNA is nothing but computer program. And eardrum is nothing but equal to microphone. The eye, it is like camera. Eyelid, it is windshield or wiper. Incisor teeth, it is almost equal to knife. The heart, it is pumping. And spinal cord, nervous system, communication, and telephone cables, birds and music actually. These are the human development is almost synonymous with the natural development, which can be comparable with nature beauty and natural creativity has also been met by the individuals by their hard work, dedication, and commitment, and even innovation. How the success of creativity will come? This is what actually characteristic successful entrepreneur generally include a positive self-image, being motivated by challenging problems. So challenging problem is there, then only they will be creative and innovative. For example, we need to have that is for going plugging the land in the agriculture area. Earlier we need to go for the traditional plugging, but now we got tractor and unmanned tractors and unmanned pumps. Now we are seeing many things, many development. These are all creative development, and even one person can handle the plugging also. That is a bicycle plugging has also come, and many things actually our requirements need has been creating the various creative imaginations and innovations which we are getting. It is not necessary to possess all these characteristics to be successful. Several startups, several ideas are coming into our mind. They may not be successful. Out of 100, we may get 20% success, 30% success, but don't bother. So successful ideas should be implemented, should be tried. But even startups also, many startups fail, and only 20 to 30% startups are getting successful, because unless you don't consider the various factors which are involved in that, you will not be successful startup actually developing. Developing creativity is the process of changing the way you are look at things To do this, you must look for different or unorthodox relation between the people and things. So how people think about that particular things which are being developed, that has to be think up, compared, and even assessed that we should have a process changing the way of the society. And more creative is view is that in terms of how they can be used to satisfy the needs of the society, both as a resource and also problem solvers. These are the success dependent factors. How to develop creativity in an individual. This is what very many colleges and institutions actually, they have to think about that. How a student has to be motivated to develop creativity. This is what actually this slide will be always helpful to the instructors actually, how a creativity can be. Is there a new way of doing it? You have to tell them, is there any new way of, some process is there? Is there any new way of doing it? You have to give a puzzle to the student that you have to think about that. Can you borrow or adapt it? Can you get that particular borrow or adapt it? Actually, we have to make a question. Can you give it into a new twist, new change? Do you merely need more of the same? We require more, or the same is sufficient? Do we just need less of the same or lesser than that? Is there a substitute for that particular material or even a process? Can the parts be rearranged? So you dismantle everything and can you rearrange? And so several people, they remove the mobile, remove the motors and everything, then they reassemble again. So this is what actually thinking about that. Hackathons or even many things are actually happen like this. What if we do just the opposite? I was telling in the beginning that if we do the other way, what is the wrong in that? So you have to think unnaturally. And can ideas be combined? Can you combine the ideas? Can we put it to other uses? Can we put it to other application? Not for only just eating. What other application can we do? And what else could we make from this? What other process can be developed? Are there other markets for it? Or any particular material market is available, or consumers are accept this? So these are the questions to be inculcated in the students' mind. And we have to tell them that you have to think like this, then your ideas will come. And they will also read for that. They will also understand the subject and they will get the natural ideas. This is what creativity has to be developed among the children. This every teacher has to think that we have to provide them a situation that they have to think that they have to use their brain. Brain of every individual is having high IQ during the age of 15 to 35 years. And every individual has got similar brain, similar creative thinking. But how it is being trained, how it is being advised, how it is being motivated, these are very important factors. Numerous barriers for creative thinking also. What are those barriers? Barriers mean obstructions. Searching for the one right answer is not possible. So you have to think about that several times, focusing on being logical. You cannot get logical thinking. You cannot get logical statement. Blindly following the rules. If you are following the rules, you never get creativity. You have to think about that. You have to do something which is not rule-based. It should be unnatural. Constantly being practical. Practical thinking is very important. Viewing play as a frivolous. Play as a frivolous. That is actually, it is you are doing compulsory with the force. And becoming overly specialized. And avoiding ambiguity. And fearing looking foolish. You are thinking of, you are foolish, and you always feel that you are afraid that I cannot do this. Many people cannot do business because though they have every talent, they cannot make business. The people you have seen, many multinational companies in India, they started as a layman and they started as a servant, and they become multinational companies because of the daring and dashing and approach for doing business. This is actually lacking in 98% of the people. Fearing mistakes and failure, that I may fail, I have only 100 rupees. If I invest this 100 rupees, it may get failed. This is what many people. Believing that I am not creative, this is what actually many people have a feeling. This should be avoided. And scummed, first to point out the importance of new value of entrepreneurs, they should have innovation. And later on, the Carland, Hoy, Bolton and Carland has actually extended the specified Scumter's idea, saying that entrepreneurs will come through innovation. Introduce new goods, introduce new services, introduce new methods of production, open new markets, open new source of supply, reorganize industry. These are the various innovative ideas. So actually there is a job market. Actually, one country, Panama, I have visited once, and they have, actually it's a very small country, even not even bigger than Andhra Pradesh. Actually, they have invented world market in the particular small city. Now Panama has a open market. Anybody can come and sell the products, and the government has relaxed the rules, and that is a new idea. And Panama has become very rich in economy, and they have become something. And even they have one Panama Canal is there, one country. So Panama Canal, every ship which is crossing the Panama River, they have to pay 70,000. So many ships actually cannot cross that small Panama Canal, which is actually very narrow at one particular place. Many ships cannot be crossing at a time. Then they got an inventor idea, and they have dug out another big Panama Canal. And now every day, almost 5 times more than the ships which are traveling to Panama, actually through Panama, and they are getting a lot of economy. This is what innovative ideas, innovative thinking. So what are the different types of innovation? And what is the innovation? Innovation is implementation of the creative idea. So that is what we have. There are 4 types. Invention. We have to say that one creative idea has got new invention. That is what new invention. It's a new product, new service process. That is a new, totally invention. And extension for the existing product, existing process. If you make a change, and if you avoid the obstructions, that is going to be extension of the existing product. Duplication, defined as a replication of an already existing product, service, or process, because the existing product, existing process, it may be little costlier. If you are making it duplicate and with the economical, that is also invention. Synthesis, the combination of existing and new factor are going to form a new formulation. That is also a new invention. So innovations are different types. You have to think that existing process can be developed, or new process can be developed, or existing and your idea can be clubbed, or you can also make how to make it cheaper. These are the various types of inventions. You have to think about that. The various feelings associated with innovation are: innovation is planned and predictable. It is not like that. It is not planned and predictable. Technical specifications should be thoroughly prepared in advance. This is actually a feeling, but it is not like that. So you have to make everything. Innovation is not been thoroughly been read and thoroughly been. Many people have a feeling and they are afraid of that. Creativity relies on dreams and blue sky ideas. This is what many people they think. Creativity is our dream. Creativity is not dream. Dream will become reality, and big projects will develop better innovation than smaller ones. I was traveling in Hong Kong when I was staying in one of my friend's house. It is 99th floor building, 99th floor of the building. And I was talking to him. He says that 6 months before it is a sea. The building which was actually where I am standing, it is 6 months before it is a sea. Within 6 months, they construct a 99 floors building in that. Can you imagine the kind of things which actually innovation, which we are lacking and which people are doing that? And if you are worried, India has to construct more than 30 floors or more than 40 floors buildings in India. It has come.
Not audible, sir.
Not audible, sir.
Dear participants, camera got stuck. Please wait for a few minutes. Sorry for inconvenience.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
I don't know, madam, why it has been closed. Sorry, mic is been closed, madam. I'm sorry. Now he is audible.
Yes, yes, sir.
Now okay, sir.
Please continue, sir. Please
Yes, sir.
continue.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. So we are talking about innovation, creativity, and also entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship to becomes entrepreneurship, we need to go for thinking of
Screen
another
is not
process.
shared, sir.
Madam?
Screen is not shared.
Oh, again it has gone. Sorry. Now it is coming.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sorry,
Okay,
madam.
sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
sir. Okay.
So we are talking about creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. How this entrepreneurship will be, it's not just to start a big business, big industry, because I was talking about innovation in 4 categories. That one, to go for establishing a big organization, or to duplicate another organization, or combine the existing technology. So the middle process is to establish one startup. What is startup? A company which is actually established under partnership or temporary organization, or designed to search for a repeatable and saleable business model. So a startup is a company which can develop a particular product and which can even repeat that particular product, or which can be sold to society. It is called a preliminary company, or you can say that a low budget company. I have seen one startup in Guntur when I am there in Guntur recently, when I have taken my grandson to a particular gaming place. There actually the children around 5 years, 6 years have been provided with one platform that how to jump, how to climb, how to swing, and there are many implements they have provided. They say that it is a startup actually which has been developed by them, and if we, each children which comes to that particular place, and they will be charging 200 rupees for the particular startup usage for 1 hour. So every day they are getting around 30-40 students, children, 30-40 children or 50 children. So they are getting into 200. There is no investment, there is no rotting, there is no tear-off charges, there is no implement utility charges, there is no usage charges. So the whatever they developed, it will not be wasted, and it will be just no deterioration of the product. So every day they are getting around some 20,000, 30,000 like this, a particular business they are doing. So it's a small idea that student children playing place they have developed in one small house, and they have developed this as a startup and provided children to play in that place. This is what a novel idea is. That is a creative idea, innovation idea, and you have to use that. It is a repeatable. It should not be failed. If it is a failing, if it is not reproducible, that is a failure startup. So what is a startup? I was telling that a company, startup, basic company, which is going to be a repeatable or a partnership company or organization designed to search for a repeatable and scalable business. It has become very popular during .com bubble, which has been developed as a company. And now India has got more than 150,000 to 2 lakhs startups in India. After Narendra Modi ji has encouraged the people to go for startup development, India to become self-reliant, India to become entrepreneurship, self-entrepreneurship. And Narendra Modi ji has been canvassing this as a slogan. Now around 2 lakh startups have been started in the country very recently, that India has become self-reliant. And Vikshit Bharath, actually it is going to become Vikshit Bharath, and also self-reliant country. So that is because of the startups which has been developed in our country. Often a company poised for rapid growth must be able to reach many people and make money from them. And a new or small company is called startup. But most are often based on technology. Most of them are technology based. A low cost to enter market and easy to reach many people. High risk, high reward is there. High risk is possible, high reward is possible. Technology fails, high risk is there. High technology success, high reward is possible. Could you make a startup? This is what actually our slogan. So are you sure your idea is even any good, that is, if you are really sure, many successful ideas are disruptive. They're not successful. And to an existing market, to create a new market that was not seen before. Example, to disrupt TV market creates a DVR market. So these are actually disruptive things. Facebook, Twitter disrupt online social networking. And Foursquare creates location-based check-in markets. So these are disruptive and successful both. So you may need to market research is very important for any startup which you are going to do. That is to validate your idea, to assess or to develop business ideas and concepts. Actually, we need to particularly need to have an idea. Market research is very important. How far this is going to be successful, and how far it is going to have a revenue potential. How far identifying potential for growth actually as an industry. All this has to be market survey has to be done. Do you own it? Is it started by you, or it is given by anybody else? It is being taken by anybody from any place. These are all many destructive situations. If you are taken from else without any information, that person may go to court. And if you are not, if you are taken started as a partnership one, that person may go for court. And these are various problems are there. You have to be very ensured that you built in a group that may be collectively own it. Then it is going to have a problem after once it reaches such certain situation. It uses any universal resource, serves like libraries, etc. Then if you are going to use universal resource servers, actually if you are using, they may also go for court that you have used them. And it uses any universal intellectual property which is actually been patented for 20 years. Then you are using without their knowledge. If you are using, then it is also a problem. So these are owning and disowning and also taken from other place, and these are various problems has to be thought. Many startups must acquire intellectual property protection. Intellectual property protection, if you not acquire, that is going to be a problem for the success of the startup, of their idea. Often close to 100% of the value of the startup is in its intellectual property. If you are really having a filing intellectual property, it is 100% success. So a minimal startup is a person who invents that, hacker, and a hustler, that is a manager who makes a business of that and who surveys the business and who makes the potential of that, and that is when hustler. Hipster, that is who designs everything and who designs commercialization, who designs commercial production, is been called hustler. Some teams have few hackers, more than one, and some more than hustlers, many people. But ignoring the other categories is not good. That scientists will be there and the practical process makers will be there. So they're also there, but important ones only we're talking here. A startup timeline is no timeline for that. No timeline. So what are the different steps involved in that? Ideology, ideation, creative knowledge, concepting of the particular ideology, and commitment of the particular process, and validation of the particular one, scaling of that particular one, establishing the particular venture. All these are, we need to think about our vision and mission about that. And we are thinking about market fit value and scalable things. All these are actually growth of the startup has been involved. So there is no timeline. You can do everything within 1 month. You can do everything within 6 months. You can do everything in 1 year. But this is what actually makes a lot of change in startup success. Person who is going to do everything in 1 month, he will not be investing a lot of money in that. And person who is doing within every 6 months, he will not be investing much. But person who is doing 2 years of research on the particular process, to make it reality, it may take 2 years. A lot of money has to be invested, a lot of people has to be hired, a lot of salaries has to be paid. The success, by the time he gets, he will be failure. This is what actually the startups actually, many times it is getting failed. So prototype, I was talking about prototype. It is a preliminary basic ideology, making it into a business, that is called prototype. It takes only 2 to 10 weeks maximum. Investors are much more likely to fund you if you can show them some minimal idea, minimal initial version of your idea, practical idea. If you can show, many investors will come and they show you that they show interest and they wanted to make it a collaboration with you or partnership with you. They will fund you like this. One source is hackathon. You might have seen in many engineering colleges, they conduct hackathon programs. Hackathon is nothing but actually to show the creativity, innovation of the individual students. Actually, they will be inviting people from different colleges, and hackathon has been conducted with startup possibilities. And some universities run 24-hour hackathons where groups build prototypes apps to win prizes. And some of the investors will come attend the hackathons, that particular activity, and they see the student hackathons, how it is been displayed by the student, and they will make it ready to fund that particular hackathon, and they will make it further funding for making it a reality, and they will make it as a startup also, they will fund them. This is what actually the prototype. So iterating on a prototype, that is just developing interest on the particular prototype. Even if started as a prototype or hackathon, software engineering principles are still important for a project. Back create a specific and requirement, rough features of that particular, set up version control, reproducibility, code review, and refactor poorly designed code if it is there. So these are add unit test and some system tests, and daily builds and automated tests, and speak to potential users, do usability testing, usability utility, re-examine code of security, performance, reliability, etc. These are very important factors for the success of the prototype. How about expenditure? This is the major problem for any startup or any invention or entrepreneurship. Do you need funding or build your prototype? Yes, anybody needs funding. So growing a company typically requires money. Can you afford to bleed till you demo hits the market? No, many people cannot do unless they are very rich financially, or it is a family background is there. Otherwise, 90% of the people cannot do that. Reasons: you might need money, pay core employees, developers, managers, and designers, purchase equipment, computers, servers, software, services, pay for license to use intellectual property, rent office space. These are very minimal expenditure. And but for this kind of startups and for this kind of innovation, there are many people are ready to invest you, angel investors. And an affluent individual who provides initial capital for business startup is been called as angel investors. They don't say their name and disclose their identity, but they are silently will be investing. Amount is generally smallish, like 10 to 30,000 something. Gets company off the ground to prototype stage, and after getting prototype initial stage, often decided quickly and on a fairly informal proposal. Angels are accredited investors to comply with the SEC regulations, small economic centers regulation. In US, many angels, more than 40% are in Silicon Valley. Other sources: New York City, Seattle, Austin, Boston, North Carolina, and so Research Triangle Park. In India also, there will be some angel investors for our ideas in big cities. We want to see that. We have to make a survey of that. And angels are compensated with what we do for angels, that investors. Ownership equity. After we make a business, we can give equity shares, a percentage of ownership of the company. Implies company's value, 10,000 or 10K or 55,000 or 5% of the stock. If they invest 10,000, you can give 5% stock. If they invest, that means equal to $200,000. Convertible debt, options to buy stock in the company later. So you have to provide them purchasing stock in our company once it is successful. So there is another organization, not only angel investors, venture capitalists. Venture capitalists are the financial organizations, and they also provide, even after the successful demonstration of your startup or entrepreneurship, they are ready to provide financial to your organization. They are venture capital firms. Venture capital firms get 0% profit on equity, but they may ask for seed fund. They ask for different. It is different from bank loans, but does not need to pay it back. But actually, what they is, they may require some partnership. Financial minimum funds often given by angel. Startup early funds from venture capital. Large investment also for preferred stock. It is also on the share market. Second round, company is successful but not profiting. Expansion given to newly profitable company. venture capital firms sell stocks once company matures. This is what actually they will take the stocks, that is shares, and once the company matures, they will start selling their products because they have to get back their money. How to get venture capital? Venture capital won't fund just anyone. One must convince them with the idea, plan, and startup, have a means of contacting, meeting of the venture capital firm, and pitch your product. Convince the firm that your idea has a good idea, people want it, and consumer preference is there, that you address a problem or need and will solve it. It is profitable, it has growth potential, you have assembled a good team to execute it, you can beat anyone in the competition, you have a legal right to produce the product, you are open to sessions, partnership with the venture capital firm. These are the various qualities you require to have a startup funded by venture capital firms. So funding timeline, actually you have funding requirement, and that is angel funding or seed capital is enough in the beginning stage. Sometimes value of death is shown in the bottom, value of death. That means the funding which you are keeping, it is going to be even not successful and it is going to be failed. But that is value of death, that particular phase will be there. But once it is successful idea, it has got early stage, later stage, and secondary stage. Now we need venture capitalists and acquisitions, mergers with the other companies, and strategic alliances are required during this period to make your company a successful one. It's not that easy to make a startup to become a company. It requires a lot of efforts to make it successful one and to go to the public market. Other funding sources, friends and family funding will be there. Grants from government funding, bank loans also can be taken. Public equity, when you can call for public equity, crowdfunding, asking the public for donations also can be possible. Startup incubator, I'm talking about incubators also in the beginning. That incubators, actually we are getting idea, getting innovation and practical knowledge about that particular one. Incubator is the place where practical knowledge can be acquired. Program designed to support successful development of startups by providing business resources, providing business, marketing and networking advisors by the particular incubator facility. Incubator will provide you the venture capital's resources also, and they will also provide you the business resources, computing resources, computers, and there are many government incubators sponsored to the various institutions now. Almost every state has got 1 or 2 incubators provided. Every state, any individual can go to that incubator and can work, can write to them, and I wanted to incubate in your incubator for this particular training. So there are every state now, many colleges, they have incubators now. So many institutions they have. So you have to identify the appropriate incubator. Student can go and write to them and they can get the training there. And financial advisors also will be provided by them. Management teams also they will be providing. Access to the loans and banks, access to the angel investors and venture capitalists, and legal advisors, legal knowledge, legal guidance also will be provided. So these are the various you can Y Combinator, Techstars, and there are so various incubators. Actually, it has been taken from outside. So working at a startup, the pros and cons, requires a motivation. Work on something you believe is a motivation requirement. Autonomy, smaller team. You get to make decisions. You can do anything, whatever you like. Ownership, you may have given stock in the company. So you can given to many people you can give. Compensation, long-term chance to get rich if company becomes hit. So if company hits, you will become billionaire. And casual workplace atmosphere, you will have, that is enough for the working startup, which is actually. So compensation short-term, somewhat lower party than a big company. If you are taking small company, compensation will be less, and fewer packs, less free food, games, toys, etc. Less expenditure will be there for the startups of games, toys, and etc. Job security, company might fail. Job security cannot be given by them because it's a failure or success is not in their hands. Long hours, entire company rests on short-term milestones, may have to work long days and weekends to meet them. It's a challenging job, 24 hours a job. So people nowadays who can work 24 hours, the companies are looking for them. So many they talk about timing, they talk about salary, they talk about many things, but they don't talk about dedication, commitment, and even keeping their mind per dedication is not been there. So those who are not successful, I'm telling even today, any person can become a successful personality if he can work 16 to 18 hours a day. And any person who can work beyond the working hours, office hours, he can be a big successful personality. The person who is looking for timing between 10 to 4 cannot become a successful person. I'm telling, these are the hardworking cannot be replaced by anything. Hardworking is very important for anything. Startup failure, 75% startups are failure because cannot raise initial funding and venture capital fundings, wasting too much money at the initial stage. Company does not begin with the best people. They have taken bad people, hires too many people not than the requirement people, hires the wrong people or people with wrong skills, does not produce a working product in a timely manner. If you could not get in a timely manner, not able to successfully monetize the data, it is also going to be a failure. Beaten out by a competitor, same person, same knowledge, same technology has been stolen by somebody else, and they start, you will be loser in the competition. Resource for commercialization of startup. This is also very important. In India, we are not really getting that particular platforms where our startups can be commercialized. But University of Washington, University of Washington Center for Commercialization, they have a center. University of Washington Startup Weekend, University of Washington Startup Recruiting Fair, University of Washington Startup Office Hours. Startup Seattle started in Seattle, and Seattle venture capital firms. These are the various firms which are already there in America and many other Western countries. The commercialization of startups, actually, we have identified something, but we cannot do commercialization. We don't know where to go, how to approach, where to approach. But there are certain places where actually the government has encouraged and universities has encouraged, and that has to come in India also. That this has to come to our country, and these the investors, actually the small people who are really been startups are coming up. That will go a long way. So revolutionize the existing concepts. So mobile phones, iPhones, and Facebook, and the various other things, actually is modifying them is one of the idea. And not all innovations are successful. There are many governments, many equipment which are being shown, they are failure. They are not been accepted by the public. They are not been successful. So you see the bottom one, human finger pen drive has been provided. These are not successful. The Indian startup ecosystem celebrates the landmark of creating more than 1,57,000 startups. As it continues its journey for further creating, almost it is touching 2 lakh startups. But several of them are not really been successful. So it is growing, ever growing. So don't think that all startups are going to come. So when you are making something good, so you will make several goods. So 1 or 2 of them may be successful and other may be failure. So don't get disgusted at that. So neither are all fashion trends, and some of them are failure also. So several fashion fabrics, actually, which we develop, they may not be successful. That is also a startup, but some are very successful. And the paradox of the enterprise. On one hand, enterprise requires thought and preparation to make money, and an opportunity with little or no potential to create and build wealth, to succeed. This is what one hand actually success actually makes. On the other hand, it is an unplanned event. You have to lose money, and can be an enormous opportunity. You must first relinquish wealth. You must experience the failure. This is what on the other hand. So success, failure actually possible. Almost it is balanced now. So anytime, anything what happens, we don't know. So searching for business opportunity to become entrepreneur, there are many organizations you are already successful. The ventures are there. The customer experiences, solutions, customer and platforms, the products, R&D, networking, channels, logistics, values, and these are various avenues you can think of. And seeing one, you have to get one idea. Hello? Any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir. Please continue, sir.
Case studies of successful business Go apps and the various cards, actually, which are shown here, they are successful. And don't limit yourself, think wide. So you see the different ideas. We just see here, noodles eating also, we are using with mouth no, for getting cool, but they have used a fan and even hand. So always no moisture in the legs actually can be or even legs can be even provided with shelter, and even shelter providing during rain, how you can do everything. Actually, these are ideas. And some of them will be accepted by the public and some will not be acceptable. And what is that creative ideas has to come, how to make it creative ideas to come in the institution? Organize state level hackathons. Many people will come to your institution. Partnering with Indian Institute of Enterprises, other some skill institutions, you invite them and conduct every year some program. Workshop on design thinking for collegiate youths. Workshop on design thinking for university students. Organize problem identification competition at various levels to provide a platform for innovation. When you provide a competition, even third class student, second class student, LKG, UKG student also ask their parents and he try to do something and he will come with some competition. So competitions makes every year, you instead of organizing webinars, conferences, I say that the student has to be provided an opportunity for exhibiting their talents. This is what actually an institution has to think. So what is innovation and research? We are talking about research. Relation between innovation and research is cyclical and interdependent. Both are interdependent. And research provides a foundation knowledge and understanding necessary for innovation. While innovation provides the practical application and validation of research findings. So you are inventing something, your analytical process, you are doing something in research, and that is making application in innovation. That is what. Both are related. Research fuels innovation by discovering new possibilities, and understanding and innovation ensure research has a practical impact on and drives further research in the particular one. So the Government of India, under National Education Policy, they have established a National Anusandhan Research Foundation, ANRF Act of 2023. They are now providing every college, every institution, every organization is going to be given funding under that National Anusandhan Research Foundation. It is newly established apex body of the Government of India, and it is going to foster the research and innovation across the country. Earlier, we used to have DST, DBT, CSR, UGC, AICT, many are there. Now, National Anusandhan Research is going to be one at a time, and going to provide everything. And DST provides various schemes like incubators and research grants, and institutional support also they are providing for institutions to develop the research atmosphere, and capacity building for the individuals, building human and institutional capacity building through institutional support also they are giving. What are incubators and innovation centers? We are talking about incubator. A business or startup incubator is a program managed by a corporation or educational institution or government agency that provides an environment for startups to develop by providing services such as management training and office space. In an incubator, we'll have all the facilities. We don't need to go for one equipment to other laboratory, other department, other incubator, everything will be there. And trainers also will be there. Knowledge scientists will be there. And they will provide office space. And they will provide the venture capital's information, business information, legal information, everything they provide in incubator. It is a place of training for the intellectual property which has been generated in the individuals. An Innovation Center of Excellence is the business unit that touches the entire organization and collaborating with various departments to foster culture, innovation, and establishing an initial process to sustain it through its various activities. Interchangeably used for collective environment, collaborative environment, designed to help new startups succeed in the particular area. ANR promotes innovation and research. ANR promotes support research and development across the universities, colleges, research institutions, and R&D laboratories, aligning with national educational policy and promoting collaboration between academia, government, industry, and research institutions. ANR provides high-level strategic direction for scientific research in India, ensuring alignment with the national goals and global best practice. Earlier, we used to get many universities to apply for funding. Now, pairing of the institutions with the bigger institutions, it is now practicing now by ANRF. So similar Nagarjuna University is paid with one organization. Similar Yogi Yamuna University provided with some other organization. Andhra University is paid with some other organization. They have some center for excellence and they are pairing with the developing institutions, and they are providing 5 crores, 6 crores to the particular institution for building up of their intellectual capability of the particular institution. So this is one of the Anusandhan Research Foundation has been doing wonderful things, and it is started very recently, but in future it is going to give one lot of wonders for the scientific development in our country. And a model innovation center, I just tell you, I don't want to talk much about this, but a business objective is to develop strategic developing Donge Satsite, a particular material, mineral material, which has actually been one of the successful startup, and it has developed a big city in Korea, and it has developed the build up main city of Sarsent industry, and it has given business vision, operational strategy, building infrastructure, and targeting the society and various intellectual students and capable. So it's a big startup. It has covered everything, and it's a natural mysterious material, adds value for eco-friendly materials, cersite, antimicrobial property, deodorizer property, absorbing property, decomposing harmful compounds, radiating infrared and anions, and it has developed a network of various organizations. It has developed human resources. It has developed support in enterprise. It has developed technology. It has developed advertisement marketing area, and a big city has been developed with that one. So what are the successful startups? I was talking about several Indian startups have been achieved significant success in recent years. So all top 10 startups, successful startups are from India. Some of them are prominent ones include Flipkart, Ola, Zomato, Paytm, Cred, Swiggy, Farmeasy, Udan, Nyaya, Dream, Grow, Rajpay, and Delivery. These are the various startups which are successful in our country. These companies operate in diverse sectors like e-commerce, food delivery, ride sharing, fintech, and logistics, demonstrating the breadth of innovation in India's startup ecosystem. Many startups actually been successful. Flipkart is a major e-commerce. Ola is the leading ride-sharing company. Zomato is a food delivery, which is even competitive with very other companies. And Paytm is one of the, now it's a part of every citizen of the country. Credit is a fintech startup focused on credit card bill. Swiggy, a major food delivery system, it is competing with Zomato. Farmeasy is actually delivery and diagnostic services. Tele system is been adopted. Udan, a e-business e-commerce platform, connects manufacturers and wholesalers and business people. And NACA has become a popular destination for beauty parlor products. Dream11 has grown to become leading platform for online fantasy sports gaming. Grow offers user-friendly platform for online trading and investing. Rajopay offers wide range of payment solutions for business, a payment of gateway. Delivery provides a comprehensive range of services business as a chain is being provided. These are all very successful companies in India. And these startups have not only achieved commercial success, but also contributed significantly for the country, providing job creation, economic growth of the country, their innovation business models, and focus on addressing specific needs of resonated. So the transformative knowledge, actually education is the age of knowledge. Acquiring knowledge. So the prosperity of the individual, prosperity of the society, prosperity of the people, and security of the people, and social well-being of the people, these are actually the main objective of the transformative knowledge. Educating the people with ideas, with novel ideas. Educating people, most valuable resource for the 21st society and their institutions. India is very happy to say that India is the top leading country in the having educated youth. So you just see here, fourth industrial revolution, how it is being developed. First industrial agrarian, and agrarian to industry, industry to highly sophisticated industry, and now we are in the digital world, fourth industrial revolution. It actually builds the digital revolution, representing new ways in which technology becomes part of our life, embedded society, and even the human body. The fourth industrial revolution is marked as an emerging technology breakthrough in a number of fields, including robotics, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, quantum computing, biotechnology, the Internet of Things, 3D printing, autonomous vehicles. These are actually the beauty of fourth industrial revolution. So fourth industrial revolution, it has been going around Internet of Things, Internet of Data, Internet of People, Internet of Services, smart mobility, smart grid, smart logistics, business web, social web, smart homes, smart buildings. So many are there. So these are all now connected with the digital connection, and now everything is possible with the digital learning. So your new ideas to make the strategic direction, to make it a goal, to make it reality, to make it as a goal. So how to make it that? That is fourth industrial revolution says that. And need for new skills and capabilities in this area: algorithms, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, UX, data science, domain knowledge. And role of IoT in fourth industrial revolution, everything is possible: professional driver, a platform developer, remote healthcare, robotic specialist, business transformer practitioner, industrial network engineer, what not, everything, customer markets, digital anthropologist, and like that, anything is possible. IT security, but challenges of industry needs to be addressed. Still, there are many challenges. IT security issues, reliability and stability, need to maintain the integrity of production process and avoid any IT snacks, protect industrial knowledge, know-how, lack of adequate skill sets, theoretical redundancy, the threat of redundancy, reluctance of the stakeholders, loss of many jobs because of the commercialization, digitalization. We have to be very careful. So these are employment skilling programs. These are actually, if any student is provided with all these skills, he can become a layman to program. Employment linked skilling program with has to be provided with soft skills, communication skills, saleable skills, data skills, and application of computers in business, domain knowledge of the particular subject. These are very important. Where actually the top skills, where demand is in workforce. What a demand is there for this? Cloud computing, artificial intelligence, sales leadership, analytics, translation, mobile app development, people management, video production, audio production, blockchain technology, industrial design, creativity, collaboration, adaptability, time management, persuasion, digital journalism, animation. These are the various areas people has got wonderful job opportunities. What is a goal for any individual? An observable and measurable outcome of an achievable with fixed time frame. I want to achieve this by next year. I want to achieve this. I want to become something. I want to become a Nobel laureate. I want to become an industrialist. This should be a goal for anyone. The end result towards which your efforts are directed. Your efforts are very important for making something. Reflect how it reflects. What does success mean to you? So in your brain, you should get success. Various things should come. And the thinking about money and how to do that. And your idea will flourish. And recall a situation when you felt successful. So when you get ideas, will become your idea situation has been successful. How did you realize that you are successful? So when you get something through your achievements and through your monetary benefits, that is going to be successful for any individual. What is your goal for this session? What is that your goal for this session of FDP program? What you are learning? What is actually your thinking? Just having paper presentation, or just having knowledge, or just having motivated, just having knowledge about your future? So any person who is not thinking about his future is a failure person. I'm telling very frankly, a person who is not thinking about his future, who is not really doing anything, is going to be a failure person. This session should make everyone to think that their future is like this. Their goal is like this. They should become something. This is what actually has to be told. For your career, what is required for your career? What is that I need to do? What is that I have to do? This is what actually career goal should be there. For your life, I want to become something. And I don't want to tell my goals, which actually when I feel that when I'm in UG level, so several situations made me to do something, to make something, to become something. I realized most of them, my achievements and my goals. This is what actually, when I'm not that successful person like you. I'm not really 90% graduate, 90% 10th class, I'm not 90% intermediate, 90% BSc. I'm an ordinary person, but I'm a successful man. I can do anything. I can do any kind of things. This is what actually you make your goal reality. This is what everyone has to be. How big are you, your goals? That is very important. How you are making efforts. What do you want to achieve for yourself? What do you want to achieve for the nation? What do you want to achieve the smart goals? These are very important. People has to think. Are your goals are specific for you or for the country or for the world? Measurable, how much you, how many, how long? Actionable, implementable, relevant, or time bound? This also has to be thought. And if you don't think about that, you are not going to get a success. Kinds of goals, personal development goals, that is individual like me, family goals, education goals, career goals, productivity goals, efficient goals, financial goals, and spiritual goals. These are the various individual. It differs from one person to another person. So what is that? How does my success help? In 2025, we are, what is that I need to achieve by 2026? What is that I have to achieve 2027? What is that I have to achieve by 2028? What is that I have to achieve by 2029? And what is that I'm going to contribute for my family, me, my department, my village, my state, my country, and my world? This is what everyone has to think. Strategies for developing skill-based training in new course curriculum, even your UG being and strength actually has to be project work, has to be implemented. Successful person will go for study. When he goes for project work, he understands what is technology. For student, he should go for 4 weeks training in the 3rd and 4th semesters compulsory. Companies for doing internship need to be identified by the concerned department, and students has to be allocated accordingly. Students shall be submit a comprehensive report on work done during internship. Concept of gap year. Getting pardon? Anything? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Only
Yes,
3-4
sir.
slides. A few slides are there. I'm finishing my talk. No problem. So leadership education, we need to provide to the students that leadership education, demonstrate what is that they are going to achieve and what has to be achieved. Power of thinking has to be provided. Problem solving ability has to be provided. Ethics has to be properly given. I know many institutions provide ethics, but still it is to be emphasized. Moral reasoning, cultural norms, social and emotional learning, and patriotism and virtues, and everything has to be provided to the student. To meet the global challenge, we have to focus on thinking approach, and you have to go for idea development, and you have to go for the achieving the prototypes, you have to go for the startups, you have to go for developing particular one. Global competitiveness of the individual students has to be provided. Student has to be not restricted at the education level for getting 90%. It has to be provided, brought to be thinking of what is required from an individual. No individual in the world is inferior to anyone. Every individual has the same IQ, and but importance of a particular person and the motivation is most important factor for that. So the world sees a new India now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, for the past 10 years, how he made the country of India, as the whole world is looking towards India. During Corona time, how whole world looked into India, how India is going to flare up this, how it is India is going to face this. This is what actually Narendra Modi, thanks to Narendra Modi ji. And the world sees a new India now. India become the global growth engine. India remains the world fastest growing, largest country economy. India GDP is now current price increased to 31% between 2013-2017, while the global GDP increases by only 4%. Sudden rise, sudden increase because of the efforts of our Honorable Prime Minister. India rated highly on all investments and macroeconomic indicators. This is what actually everyone has done. Transforming education, furthering empowerment, harnessing Yuva Shakti. Yuva Shakti, India is the largest Yuva Shakti in the world. Harnessing the Yuva Shakti to make the transforming education, furthering empowerment, to boost the educational infrastructure, and 462 new Ekalavya schools have been started. And for building innovation skills, 5,400 Atal thinking incubators have been started. And schools engage over 60 lakhs of the students now. 54,000 ramps and railing builds actually has been started. 50,000 special toilets and Divyangan children has been provided. So all this actually to make Yuva Shakti to get training, transforming education, furthering empowerment. Numerous universities have been started. 7 IITs have been started. 7 IIMs have been started. 14 IITs have been recently started. 7 IITs already existing. 14 have been started. 14 AIMs were started. 4 NITs, National Institute of Design, also started. 1 NIT has been already earlier. 2 ISRs have been started. And 103 Kendriya Vidyalayas, 62 Navodaya Vidyalayas has been started. Recognizing with the PM Research Fellowship Scholarship, many youngsters are being provided with 70,000, 80,000 scholarship for 5 years and 2 lakhs annual grant for doing PhD. This is one of the beautiful opportunity for youngsters to do research. 20 institute declared as Institute of Eminence. This is how Yuva Shakti is going to be utilized. Harnessing Yuva Shakti, augmenting the arena of skill development and vocational training. Pradhan Mantri Yuva Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And over 30,000 training centers have been opened. An average of 1 crore youngsters trained every year. PM Kaushal Kendras are being set up in every district across India. And India leading mobile manufacturer earlier, few years back before Prime Minister Modi ji, there are only 2 companies who manufacture mobiles. Now 268 mobile manufacturing companies are there. And earlier 266 crores of mobiles. Now more than 22.5 crores mobiles are manufactured every year. And earlier 18,992 crores of mobile handsets produced. Now more than 1.3 lakhs of crores mobile set. Just see the progress, how it is growing. India is becoming self-sustained. The world sees a new India now. India leading to global shift towards renewable energy. Wind power production 4th in the world. Solar power 5th in the world. Renewable energy 5th in the world. Just see how India has become, how natural energy is being utilized and produced. See the new infrastructure for new India. Can you see this? This is the big bridge, actually, the highest bridge in the Brahmaputra River. And you see the bridge, highest bridge in the world on Jammu Kashmir, connecting Jammu and Kashmir. These are the new structures which has been developed by India. And smart cities, urban transformation through smart cities development. Now, more than 300 smart cities have been developed in India. How every year several are being added, smart cities, how they are becoming smart. Smart cities will be having digital connectivity and everything, artificial intelligence, maintenance, and everything is being possible now. And in fact, more roads and highways. You can see highways, how they are, before 10 years, you see highways, how in India, now 4 lanes, 6 lanes, 8 lanes bridges are coming. And yesterday I have seen Narayana has got 6 lanes bridges coming. And you just see how we are connected. Now anywhere we are reaching within 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And this is what actually India has been growing its infrastructure. Greater transformation is coming. And many employment opportunities are coming to children. And you see how Indians highways are developed. Very beautiful, like no inferior to US and Western countries. And India became the global growth engine now. 31% GDP when compared with the world GDP 4%. And within 5 years and 4 years, our 3% increase in our share in the world GDP, actually India has increased. India has advanced to 6th largest economy in the world as compared to 11th in 2013-14. Can you imagine this? In 2013-14, before Prime Minister took charge, so India is only 11th in the economy, but now 6th it has become. Now people expect that India is going to become in the first 3 very soon. So India transformed the world, applauds it. Every world is actually applauding. Every country is applauding India's ease of doing things. Actually, India is able to self-sustenance. It is possible only by Yuva Shakti, children, and the Indian country is now self-sufficient. So harnessing Yuva Shakti, transforming India, transforming our education is possible. So with this successful and transformed education leaders, the students who are now talking about that, we are to hold the key to unlock the vision. This is whatever we think, it is possible by making the transformed education to the children. So what is the take home message? Link between academic quality, technological development, employability needs to be understood during the transformation of education. Multifunctional skills need to be cultivated through more practical oriented training at industry, and implanting training are required to be part of the education for the development of the entrepreneurship skills and training. The skill existent evaluation hierarchy between research, teaching need to be overcome by more practical training. Must open to new target groups of specialties for innovation and creativity among students for developing startups. Need to encourage the concept of gap year and training at industry for practical training for development of innovation. And the cost of quality orientation, the student need to be fully equipped and undertaking all the tasks and making them potential for fit into the highly intellectual society of the world. Strategies for developing internationalization need to be adopted. Now we are in that way. Now 10 foreign universities coming to India. They are establishing their campuses in India. And they are now within the reach of our country. World top universities which are below 500 rank in the world. And they are coming to India now. So we are now having all education and everything possible at our end. So thank you very much. And I hope that I have not taken much time. So if you have any queries, you can interact with me or you can ask me. Hello.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation. We are really grateful for your expertise. I request all the participants to interact with the speaker by clarifying your queries and adding your attributes. Participants, please, I kindly encourage all participants to actively engage with the speaker. I request all the participants to interact with our eminent speaker. Please actively engage.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Yes,
you,
madam.
valuable, wonderful speech, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Can I leave now? Madam, can I leave?
Yes, sir, please wait. Please wait. I invite Mrs. Aruna, Organizing Secretary, to express our deep sense of gratitude to the notable speaker, Professor KRS Sambasiva Rao.
Once again, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the management, staff, and organizing committee of this 5-day webinar cum faculty development program, I have a distinct honor of delivering the vote of thanks to our distinguished keynote speaker, Professor KRS Sambasiva Rao garu. Thank you, sir, for your great concern to accept our invitation in spite of your hectic schedule. Your speech was marvelous, thought-provoking, and inspiring, relevant to the present scenario. Your reflections on the main title is Transformative Education for the Future through Creativity, Innovation, and Research. In this, we have learned so many subtitles like what is transformative education, key aspects of transformative education like holistic learning, student-centered approach, future-oriented focus on values, how it relates to the future, how it changes, alters the student's life, role of creativity, innovation, and research, and many other like creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurs, a gift from the gods or a new phenomenon, success of creativity, types of innovations, detailed information about startups, incubators, industry revolution, goals, skill-based trainings, leadership education, and many Indian schemes. All these spark deep thought and meaningful dialogue, reminding us that the future of learning depends on our ability to reimagine the present. We are truly grateful for the time and effort you have taken to share your expertise with us. Your presence and words have elevated this event and encouraged us to continue our journey toward reshaping education for the better with heartfelt appreciation. Thank you once again for gracing us with your knowledge, wisdom, and presence. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And also my thanks to all the participants who participated in this first day session. Tomorrow we will meet you again. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, once again. Dear participants, feedback form will be shared in WhatsApp group. I request you all to fill it as it is mandatory for certification. We look forward for your valuable presence and active participation tomorrow, sharp at 2 p.m. Thank you for your participation. Your cooperation is highly appreciated. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.